I quickly introduce myself. I am Simon. I'm the sales manager of the DACH market. I manage the team since 4 months and was before working for Booking and also for Google. So I have some tech background and also some hospitality background. David, can you also quickly introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Simon. So hi everyone. My name is David. I'm head of partnerships at Sabia. I've been in the role for a few months now, but I've been very fascinated with tech partnerships for a while now. I'm looking after integration partners like Smartpricing team here. I've been with Sabia for over 7 years now, and I also have a background in hospitality. I worked with Eurostars hotels and Agoda in the past.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Let's start off then to introduce a bit Smartpricing and Sabia app. About Smartpricing, shortly, we are a startup from the region Lago di Garda in Südtirol in Italy. We started basically as a hospitality industry by renting out apartments, and we faced the problem of price management. Our founders faced the problem because they didn't have any solution on the market that was basically helping them with the price management and also helping them to increase their revenue. That's why they launched their own software, Smartpricing, and introduced this software 2020 to the market, rolled it out in Italy, and now we're currently in 16 countries operating and have more than 2,500 clients. And also many of them are super happy. Over to you, David.
Yeah, so with SabeeApp, our whole purpose that drives us is that we believe that hotel management can be simple yet efficient. Started off more than 10 years ago. Our CEO faced this issue of not having a cloud-based property management system on the market that was able to deal with daily operation as well as the online distribution. So that was the whole starting point for SabeeApp, and fellow colleagues, fellow hotel professionals also found it to be useful. We have over 1.3K customers worldwide. I'm calling in from our Budapest HQ from Hungary, but we have local SabeeApp teams in Turkey, Istanbul, and in Thailand, Bangkok. And as integration and marketplace is my cup of tea, we have over 70 plus best-in-class integration partners like Smartpricing.
Thank you very much, David. Let's get a bit more into detail why we're talking today and why you guys should turn to technology, especially Sabia, using SabeeApp and Smartpricing. Go on, Eleonora. Why? Because we're facing many challenges. Some of them are not really new to you guys. We face basically a pressure of high costs due to inflation, 5.5 overall in Europe, Hungary nearly 20%, Germany, Austria around 8%, Switzerland is the only one which is below that. So that's a huge impact. Then the powerful competition we are facing because Booking.com, Expedia and Airbnb invested more than 1 billion euro more, US dollar, sorry, versus 2022. So they pressure more, they're more present on the market. There's more uncertainty on the market because of political and financial and legal frameworks. But one of the most factors facing you guys is staff shortages. Due to COVID, we face basically a 10 to 20% of workforce that is reduced to pre-COVID, which is something that technology can replace and help you out with. Go on, Eleanor. So the positive thing is the future of the hospitality and hotel business, because we see a revenue growth of 4.2 until 2027 versus this year. And we see a shift, and that's mostly important to online bookings. 75% of this hotel revenue will come from online booking by 2027. That's why it's really important to be state-of-the-art and be already present in the online world, but also be top-notch when it comes to softwares that can help you to be more efficient on the hotel business online. So what is the solution? The solution is three things. We definitely need a streamlined process to reduce the overhead costs, but most importantly, why we're talking from Smartpricing today is because we need to make sure that we maximize the revenue, because we're talking about limited capacities of rooms in the hotel business, and to make the most of each unit that you're going to sell, basically that you're offering to the market. So leveraging these sales opportunities, but also gaining real-time insights and prognosis about what's happening now, but what's also happening in the future, due to machine learning and algorithm that we can offer you guys, and we can help you by being integrated to SabeeApp. So let's go on. Why this is so important when we talk about machine learning and algorithms, because the complexity of booking and taking decisions about pricing is becoming more and more complicated. The sales process of selling a room has evolved from sending a post letter, sending a fax, calling whatsoever, sending to an email, to instantly book now in 3 or 2 seconds on your smartphone. That makes it so volatile that it's really complicated to have the market. Basically, what price I can actually put for my rooms or apartments right now, and what are people willing to pay for. You can see that the many factors here: pickup dates, channels, room rates, internal data like external data like seasonality, events, market trends, a bunch of information that needs to be analyzed to basically take a decision in real time. And this is something that not only we could see at Smartpricing, that also you guys from SabeeApp, I think, could see when we look at the LinkedIn survey. Right, David?
Yeah, exactly that. Just want to tie back to what you mentioned, that technology is evolving, economical situation is changing, new trends come to surface, but it's not going to change that hotels are dealing with a perishable product, that if you cannot sell it today, then you won't be able to sell it tomorrow. So that's why, what you guys are doing and helping them in terms of revenue management automation is super important. Yeah, so we've done this LinkedIn survey back in May, where we asked our customers and our social media followers on what's the technology that they are prioritizing right now, that they want to implement into their hotel technology stack. And an overwhelming 67% of the responses confirmed that hoteliers are looking to implement revenue management system into their hotel tech stack, thus automating revenue management tasks through technology.
Great. That's also the reason why we are all here today, to talk about revenue management and how we can help you to automate it and to help you increasing revenue. And it's important to understand how Smartpricing works. Smartpricing is a system that works with the internal hotel data, but also with the external data. So we analyze basically all the data that we just mentioned: occupancy, when are your rooms booked, when is the pickup date, through which channel the bookings are coming. This information we take, for example, from SabeeApp, through the PMS. So we get all this information back, play it back in real time, but also take care, and that's most importantly, about the external data. We have an algorithm and machine learning working on analyzing in real time what's happening on the market that basically affects you. It's very customized and very personalized. So like which seasons are happening, what's the booking behavior in the region, is there any trend, is there any event, is there any weather that's affecting your bookings. We match all of this data through machine learning, the internal and external ones, and basically create in real time the optimum price for each unit that you guys have, to make more revenue out of it and offer a price that we know that the profile of your hotel, apartment, whatsoever, is willing to pay right now for this room or apartment. And we can even forecast it 500 days in the future through our machine learning to analyze what you could right now charge for a room, hotel, or apartment in 500 days, someone would call you, book, or send you an email. Go on, Eleanor. So I told you something about Sabia, how we connect and we get the information. This is visualized basically how we work together. Smartpricing links itself before the PMS and channel manager, gets the information from the PMS, SabeeApp in this case, plays it back to Smartpricing, analyze it with machine learning, place it back to the PMS, and this price will automatically be distributed to all of your OTAs, Booking, Expedia, but also your website. All the instructions you do in SabeeApp will apply the same when you have Smartpricing in place. We only link us before and help basically analyzing the rooms and optimizing the rates and optimizing the revenue. So tell us a bit more about how SabeeApp works, David.
Yeah, thanks, Simon. So what I'm showing you right here is a visualization of so-called traditional hotel technology stack. And to put it bluntly, we feel that the technology stack commonly used by hotels is broken. So it's broken into too many components, which is adding extra complexity to how hoteliers operate, and oftentimes feel like, and this was said by many of our customers prior to switching to Sabia, that they felt like they were also doing an IT manager's job, not just being a hotel manager per se. Should be dealing with hospitality. So the hotel tech stack should be made simple, and that should also ensure that you don't need to be overwhelmed by making sure that all of the different components in your hotel tech stack work together. So what you can see here is that we have the hotel on one end using a PMS, a central property management system, to manage the daily operation, and you need an additional booking engine tied to that in order to be able to sell rooms directly through your website. Plus, you also need a separate channel manager solution to be able to distribute your rooms among online travel agencies, through wholesalers, through meta search sites, and more. And it might look like an easy solution to stick to your existing property management system and just smarten up the hotel tech stack with the addition of a channel manager software. But what you get in a result, it might be a so-called easier change, but you're now dealing with added complexity. So you're now taking on double mapping, for example. So you need to map rooms between the online distribution channel and your channel manager software, and again do the same between your channel manager and your PMS. You're taking on additional risks of server uptimes, on connectivity issues, as well as just imagine training your staff for using these different software solutions, not just one time, but then any time a new colleague comes on board for the hotel, you need to do this again, and just have this visual map on how many different pieces of software you use at your hotel to be able to take care of daily operation and your online sales. Eleanor, could you move to the next slide, please? Thanks. So this is where we come in. So we believe that an all-in-one approach is the right way to go. You'll be able to use a hybrid platform that incorporates your property management system as well as taking care of your online distribution. And while this seems pretty simple from a bird's eye view, but it's a whole different game. It's a game changer. It's a whole different thing when you actually experience it for yourself in real life. I've thrown around a couple of terms. The all-in-one approach commonly in the industry is referred to as a hotel management system, an HMS. So that's how I'm going to refer to us as well. It's basically one single platform where that connects the hotel with distributions and the end user, so the guests, in one place. You'll be able to be more cost effective, bringing your operational costs lower down, because there's only a single subscription that you have to pay for. You'll be able to make onboarding for your new colleagues easier, because there's just one logic behind the system that you have to get the hang of, as well as consulting with a single customer support team, and not having to bounce between different teams and trying to find out on who's the right person to get the information out, or who's the right person for me to solve the X issue that I'm looking to solve. So SabeeApp in a single platform incorporates daily operations, so the PMS, online distribution, both direct and third-party distribution sites, as well as dealing with digital guest experience tools and payment automation. Could you move to the next slide, Eleonora? Thanks. But that's not all. So even though we're deeming ourselves an end-to-end solutions, we understand that our customers, so you essentially, need more software solutions to solve specific issues or help with specific areas of running your hotel operation. And that's where the marketplace comes in. So with the marketplace, we're addressing the needs of hotels, accommodation providers with a more complex operation, or a more future-oriented mindset, looking for technology to help in ways that was before handled manually. So we're talking about F&B management, accounting, access control solutions, and revenue management systems. So essentially automated pricing, and that's what Smartpricing guys are taking care of.
So how do we make the connection with SabeeApp and Smartpricing?
Yeah, two things to remember here. One is that, like I emphasized before, we're going for simplicity. So the process itself is super simple. There's 4 steps that you have to make. And secondly, is that the connection itself is free of charge. So there's no interface fee involved in this whole process. All you need to do is log into your SabeeApp account. You need to navigate over to the settings marketplace menu. You need to click on the initiate connection button, and then enable those specific room times that you would like to synchronize between SabeeApp and Smartpricing with a single sign-on approach. From there on, once the connection is activated, optimized prices from Smartpricing will land in the base rate plan, so master prices, as we call it in SabeeApp, and it will be done automatically. When setting up your Smartpricing account, you'll be assigned a dedicated onboarding support specialist from the Smartpricing team. So, like, again, I've mentioned hotel professionals are professionals in hospitality, not IT. So don't worry if you're not the most tech-savvy person in the world. There'll be a dedicated person from Smartpricing team to help you with the process.
Perfect. So let's talk about the benefits of the 2 softwares, because we talked about how they work. Now let's talk a bit about what's basically the advantage of using them. Why you should, guys, use Smartpricing? In a nutshell, 3 things. It's helping you to express your potential and improve your performance. As you mentioned, there's so many uncertainties out there. There are people booking in a second rooms. There are so many factors you need to take in consideration when you do pricing, that most of the people we talk to, we identify, are not unleashing their real potential. There's so much more potential out there, because as we could see, revenue will increase nearly by 5% over the next couple of years in the hospitality industry. So let's make use of Smartpricing and unleash your potential, and get rid of all the doubts if you have the right price or not. We take care of that with our machine learning and algorithm. Simplifying your work goes hand in hand, basically, with expressing the potential. and it's super easy to use. We can explain it to you if you're interested in a demo session, so we can share you also more about the dashboard. That would be additionally apart from that if you're interested. But to explain it to you simple, we have one dashboard where you can work on it. It's integrated with SabeeApp, and it's doing everything automatically. You could be still in control of the prices if you doubt automation, but telling you that our software works completely automated based on machine learning and expressing basically the full potential and distributed directly the prices to SabeeApp and also to all of your channels, to your distribution channels like Booking, Expedia, or your own website. So there's no need basically anymore to do everything manually. You would save time. It's the most important about it. No Excel sheets, no spreadsheets to analyze your prices and room rates, bookings, whatsoever. Smartpricing does everything in one place. And on top of that, Smartpricing is focused on machine learning. And if you feed a machine, it continuously learns. Our system works on continuously learning from your internal data historically, but also currently, and from the future. With more food we give the machine, it gets even more accurate and more better, and can, like I said before, predict in 500 days in advance room rates that you could charge right now for customers that fit your profile. So summarizing again, revenue growth in the hospitality industry, you should make use of it. Simplifying your work, we could see that COVID had an effect that hospitality has less workforce. So Smartpricing can help you replacing this workforce or even simplifying your work, that you can focus on the important things, making customers happy, preparing them food, whatsoever, but customer service when they check in and check out. And you don't have to focus on what you need to charge or what you can charge in the future. Our system learns and can predict in the future, which makes it even easier for you if people want to book in the future and call you or send you an email and want to have a current accurate price. So what are the advantages of SabeeApp, David?
Yeah, I'd also like to highlight three benefits that comes with using SabeeApp. Tying back to what we've just seen with the hotel tech stack flowchart, embracing the power of all-in-one. So this really is a game changer, while not having to use multiple systems, multiple components, but use a single platform to both take care of daily operation tasks like check-ins, check-outs, issuing invoices, handling services, automatically receiving incoming bookings, checking reports, all of that, as well as controlling your online distribution, both direct sales and indirect sales. So it sort of creates this frictionless connectivity that's going to very much surprise you if you're just transitioning over from, let's say, a legacy type PMS that was smartened up with the addition of a channel manager. It's going to be a whole different thing, a lot more simple, a lot more user friendly, and comes with lower costs. I'd also like to highlight the automation that comes with SabeeApp. So whenever we're designing a feature within the software, we always have in mind that we want to take off as much of the manual burdens, the manual administrative tasks from your shoulders as possible. Because again, hospitality is about making guests feel at home, having a lifetime experience staying at your accommodation, and not about being in the back office and checking the validity of credit card guarantees one by one. So that's not hospitality. And we're the technology provider, so we are in charge of we are responsible for taking care of these manual burdens. So when it comes to automations, a couple of examples: we're doing room allocation automatically. We're synchronizing inventory centrally from your SabeeApp calendars to all of the distribution side. We have guest messaging automations, change logs for bookings are automatically registered, business reports are automatically generated. So automation is a big emphasis for us. And lastly, I would like to highlight the improved guest experience with the help of digitalization. So as new generations become consumers of your hotel products, they are the demand side. They are becoming the customers. For them, having an application to use to interact with the hotel team, to find out information, to be able to check in online, pay for their booking, scan their ID cards or their travel documentation, maybe as also be able to bypass the reception, go straight to their room and just use their mobile phone to access their room with a mobile key. All of that done with the smartphone. It does elevate the guest experience, and that's also part of what we do natively with the Sabia platform. So quickly to recap, we're taking the all-in-one route, so granting you a single platform to work on. We have a big emphasis on automation and automatizing repetitive daily tasks, as well as granting you digital tools to interact with your guests and improve their experience.
Thanks, David.
Sure.
Let's go over to some success stories that you can see what Smartpricing actually brought to real customers. We have 3 examples here. One is an example from Vienna that is client of Smartpricing since May 2022, and they have more than 300 apartments in Vienna. And they use Smartpricing to increase especially their revenue and their average daily rate. As you can see here, they increased by 40% since May 2022. On average, Smartpricing has a revenue growth of 34% for all of the clients and hotels we work with. We have more than 2,500. This is an example that even increased revenue more than our average. Also, a side effect, they also increased the occupancy, but this is not the main focus of Smartpricing. We mainly focus on revenue increase and average daily room rates. Next example is an example that has a negative number here, but the negative number has something positive. We work with this hotel, which is called Meerlust Sylt from the northern part of Germany since March 2023, that you can also see that it's not only that Smartpricing is not only increasing prices constantly. In this case, this client had a low occupancy because they were placing themselves way out of their league. They had way too high prices compared to the market, compared to the profile. Our system basically analyzed it and helped them to work on their prices and make their prices more accurate on the profile they're working with. We reduced the average daily rate by 18%, but as you can see, they were newly booked out. We increased the occupancy by 226%, which led to a revenue increase of 165. So our system is not only focused on increasing prices, our system is focused on optimizing towards your profile and your client's profiles to make the most out of it and generate more revenue. Last but not least, we have one client that we had a talk before the webinar. We invited her to the webinar, but she might seem busy. But anyway, I can give her a summary of what she told us beforehand. Primavera is a pension from Hungary. She is working since February 2023 with us. She is a client of SabeeApp and a client of Smartpricing, and she's super happy with both of them. She didn't increase occupancy, which is not our main focus, but she increased average daily rate by 18%. And since February 2023, already increased the revenue by 19%. We asked her 3 questions. and I would like to give you a summary as she's not here. But we just did it recently before the webinar. We asked her what she did before using SabeeApp and Smartpricing, and how she managed her booking prices and how she experienced occupancy. She said that she was doing everything manually. She was not using any software and spent a lot of time on doing so. So she basically saw no impact on occupancy and didn't see any impact on average daily room rates because she was too focused on managing everything manually and doing everything daily on a weekly or seasonal basis. Then we asked her why she decided for SabeeApp and for Smartpricing, and she was very honest. She said that she did it because she liked the salespeople. She liked the salespeople from SabeeApp, and she liked the people from Smartpricing, which is a human factor. So people buy people. That's what she said. And we're super happy about that because it means that we have the right people in place and that we have a good human side. You will definitely see that as well when you plan to book a demo with us, that we really focus on centralizing what's the focus of the customer and customize basically the outcome of the software and the dashboard. Last but not least, the most important question is, what was the benefit of SabeeApp and Smartpricing? And she said that for SabeeApp, it was that she had an overbooking, that she was super happy because in the past she had overbookings because she did everything manually. With Smartpricing, she said that she's super happy because she could increase revenue, had less headache because of doing everything manually. So she is, in general, a super happy customer. You can even get in touch with her if you want. We can also share if you want. I mean, you can also find her. But we wanted to invite her. She seems to be busy. But this is something we really wanted to share with you, that she is a super happy customer using both systems to improve her daily life, improving basically her performance, avoiding over-occupancy, and increasing revenue. So guys, now it's over to you. Do you have any questions? Feel free.
Okay, one question is, where is Smartpricing taking its data from? What sources are the calculation based on? Simon.
We scrape. We have our own system that scrapes basically all the OTAs, all the available information that's online. So we're not taking something magic that doesn't happen or what's not out there. We take information that you guys could also do manually, analyze manually, but then you would spend 24/7 on just analyzing the data. And if it's accurate now, in 15 minutes, it's not accurate anymore. So you basically scrape all the OTAs, all the event platforms, everything that basically relates to your region. Are there holidays in where your customers are coming from? Are there any specific dates that have an impact on bookings that would affect you? How is the booking behavior in the region? Are hotels around you are well booked, which would lead maybe to a tendency of pickup dates? Is your hotel interesting? It's the same, like booking a flight that when you can see, you check, for example, a seat on Ryanair this morning and you check it in the evening, seats are gone. So prices would increase because the flight, the destination is more interesting. So this is what we're doing. And we basically analyze it with our system. We have an own system in place that's based on machine learning and algorithms that learns from data. So it gets more accurate the more data it gets. And it learns in milliseconds and can take decisions for you by matching the internal hotel data that I mentioned before, taking all the information from the PMS, matching it with the external data, and finding the right price at the current moment, right timing. We do it more than 100 times a day. So nearly each 15 minutes, your prices can be updated or will be updated. So you're really accurate.
Great, great. Also, Joseph asked, how does Smartpricing collect market data? So I think we answered the question.
Yes.
So we'll move to the next one. Carrie Rebecca asks, how can we integrate our website?
This is basically integrated with your PMS. I think that should David answer.
Exactly. So, like I mentioned, with Sabia platform, we also provide a booking engine solution for our customers. So that means that you're able to embed that onto your website. So whenever a visitor lands on your website, they're essentially browsing through, collecting information before making the decision. There's actually the booking engine that will give them real-time price and availability information, as well as with other fancy stuff like reading up on policies, room information, additional services, and all the different rate plans and promotions that you're actually offering for your direct customers. Typically, what happens is that when you're selling direct, you're not calculating with any marketing related fees or commissions like you're doing with third-party distribution channels. So here you're actually incentivizing, encouraging your guests to book direct. So there's a possibility to offer exclusive promotions, as well as some additional perks that can push the decision in your favor that the guest books directly, with earlier check-ins, late checkout, some welcome gift along those lines.
Great, thank you, David. We have another question regarding the market data collection. They ask, does it take data from AirDNA, and how does it use them to forecast the prices? Plus, they ask, when getting data from the market on Airbnb, for example, does it have the ability to spot and compare similar listings?
Yes, it can, because it's basically taking data from your hotel, so we know what's your profile. Our algorithm is also trained that it can detect basically hotels or apartments that are a fit for your profile and would be competition. So we have a marketing intelligence tool that I would also advise you, if you do a demo, ask our salespeople to show you, because it's basically showing you what our system takes in charge and our algorithm from competition. And also when we look at Airbnb, of course, I mean, this is one source we also scrape. So we also look at Airbnb, we look at Booking, we look at Expedia, we look at all the OTAs, but on top of that, we also buy market data. So we have a bunch of market data, your data, and the OTA's data. And this is something, what I already said, you can do it on your own, but I mean, imagine how much time you would spend on doing that. We do that in real time. Our machine is super fast to be able to scrape, understand patterns that would be important for your property, and takes on top of it a decision. So guys, if you have any, I mean, I would really like you, if you do a demo, go on the marketing intelligence tool and ask our salespeople that can show you how it works and which data it takes, so that you can see it in practice.
One last question. They ask us, well, the connection Smartpricing SabeeApp is free of charge, yes. And they ask the price for the service in general, but we invite you to get in touch with us, because of course the pricing, well, I let Simon answer.
The prices is something that we need to define, because as we said, we are customized.
Yeah.
As you can see, that there's no fee for the integration in SabeeApp, But when we come to prices, I mean, I can take it already before we go to the next slide. The participants of this webinar would get 1 month for free by subscribing to Smartpricing. If you attend a demo and you start using Smartpricing. About the prices in detail, I would really like that we talk through the demos, because we make customized packages.
Okay. Any other questions?
You can contact me.
Exactly. So
Tina.
I will move to our last slide. Yeah, if you have an additional question, please feel free to get in touch with us. Here are Simon's and also details, and also the email for contacting support from SabeeApp. You will receive the link to the recording of this webinar later today, along with the special promotion code we promise you. And as soon as you are ready to redeem it, all you can do is to just set up a call with us. We will provide you with all the information in our follow-up email later this afternoon. So thank you again, everyone, for participating. We hope you like it and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you, David and Renata.
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Have a
Have a
great
nice
day.
day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.